and I also went to the eye doctor to change my prescription.
Oh, you actually do that? I never do that.
Oh no, it's been about 2 years, and I didn't wear those glasses at all.
Yeah, I haven't gone. I should go to the eye doctor because I haven't worn my glasses in like.
Bro, you have glasses?
Have you not?
Yeah.
I guess we haven't really started hanging out since because I wore them in school for a while toward like my senior year.
What?
But yeah, I don't need them that bad, so that's why I don't.
Are you? So you're farsighted?
I usually I think I'm. Well, okay, so farsighted would be I have trouble looking at things close.
Yes.
Then yes, because I did primarily strikes when I'm like reading and shit.
Yeah.
That's where it hits the worst.
You know, I'm nearsighted. Shit's ass.
Oh, nearsighted is ass. I would much rather. Well, I read a lot. I think it would be really fucking annoying if I needed glasses every time I want to
I
pick up
feel
a
like
book.
I have fucking dyslexia or something too, because I'll just be reading something and like the whole page blurs because I can barely see it, and then any words that I can make out are just like. I'm like, what's going on?
Are you Percy Jackson? What is happening?
I just get a headache immediately. That can be my white person power. Yesterday we were talking about me having a
Dyslexia?
black person power, electricity. My white person power can be, yeah, I can't read. Does that make you feel better?
I think you just offended a lot of people.
What do you mean? Percy Jackson fans are gonna go crazy.
But you got none of the benefits. You can't read.
I mean, I'll like tape a knife to a pen and be like, yes, I have the sword.
I have Riptide, man.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Right, sword. It's called
Pretty cool
Riptide.
name.
Have you read Percy Jackson?
I've not read it. I watched like one of the movies.
Stop. We're changing topic.
Fair enough. I think I have read some of one of the books, but I just didn't. There's only a few books I actually liked reading in school because I don't know. I think it's because I could barely fucking see what was on the page.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like by the time I started enjoying books, it was because I found audiobooks for them to go along
Oh, I
with
hate
it.
audiobooks.
You hate them.
Yeah, it takes away all of it. I really hate it. But keep going. But
I will say it depends on because there's some audiobooks where it's like The Catcher in the Rye, and I'm like, shut your ass up.
Bro, specifically Catcher in a Rye audio, bro. That shit's ass.
Literally, it was so hard to find a good one. And even now, I was like, I'm gonna reread it, but I know damn well my fucking Google Gaga ass is gonna need the audiobook. So I tried to look it up, and I can't find the one I originally watched. So I'm shit out of luck, I guess. And then there's The Hobbit.
You read The Hobbit?
I love The Hobbit. Actually,
What?
that is my second favorite book. The Catcher in the Rye being my first.
That's like the Song of Ice and Fire big, bro. That isn't a Hobbit like 500, 600 pages?
No, you're wild. You maybe like the Lord of the Rings 1 or something.
Yeah,
But I think
Lord of the Rings is big.
The
Hobbit's
The
the smaller one.
The
I
Hobbit's
forgot-
like 300 or something.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which was still maybe a bit of a curve compared to because I think The Catcher in the Rye is only like 200 something. Maybe it's been a
Maybe.
minute. So it was still like a decent jump, but I was also listening to it, so it made it a bit easier.
I owe the person I am today to that man who made the Percy Jackson series. Because Rick Riordan, right? Because the way he did it was he made the first 5 books about the kid Percy Jackson,
Yeah.
right, and about him like slaying monsters, interacting with gods, whatever.
In the Greek mythos.
Yeah, in the Greek mythos, and those books were like 200 pages. If like the last one may have been 300, but
I think it was slightly bigger, yeah.
They were small. They were small books.
Okay.
And then he was like, well, my fans, they grew up
They're
reading
older
this.
now.
And so he made the Heroes of Olympus. Those bitches were like 500, 600 pages each.
Oh,
And there's
wow.
like 6 of them.
I think I did once. I was like, the Heroes of Olympus. That sounds awesome. And I grabbed it. I knew damn well I wasn't reading that book. It was far too long.
And even then, trying to start like that whole series on Heroes of Olympus.
You wouldn't know what the fuck's happening.
Yeah. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I am. Starting out.
The first book of the Heroes of Olympus, you're following an amnesiac
Oh.
Yeah.
who doesn't know anything about anyone. And it's heavily dependent on you reading the first 5 of an entirely different series.
That is cool though. That like I love no matter what media you're making, like instead of just being like, okay, I'm gonna make it corporate and just keep making the same thing for the same like age
Audience.
range, making shit
He
for
grew,
your
yes,
audience
yes.
is cool. Like there's a specific example that I had that it's like blanking on me now. I guess like certain cartoons, right? I like Adventure Time that aged with me,
Yeah.
Yes.
type shit, and I love that because it makes me feel as a fan. It makes me feel more.
I can continue.
I feel cared about.
Yes.
And that's nice. I love that shit. I kind of want to do the same thing as I create a little bit. I mean, I guess I don't really make anything for
I
kids.
feel like that's
but...
what separates the average from the great, because change is scary, right? So if you found a formula with like a young age group, saying like, hey, I'm gonna have to continuously evolve this formula so it evolves with them and still be good. That's like a scary thought.
Okay. All right. Here's a prospect for you guys as like creators, no matter what it is you want to make, I suppose. Okay. Would you? Because I feel like in my position, I feel like what I want to write changes as I get older, anyways. So would you be willing to evolve what you're making, even if you know it's going to become niche? Like it's not going to be it's not going to be multi-million-dollar selling, but you will have a dedicated fan base that'll keep with you. Because I feel like I would do it, honestly.
Absolutely. And I think it's actually the right choice, because there's a lot of points where something happens and it could even like be big for like that while, but then it gets forgotten about. But there are fandoms where if you take care of them, they will adore you for their life.
Yeah, and there's some where, like it's a perfect example of like an author immediately throwing everyone who cared about them under the bus would be J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, if you want a prime example of what not to do, there it is, I guess.
That's the woman, right? The Harry Potter author. I think she just dropped the ball. I think she made this amazing thing, because I read the Harry Potter books. Like they're actually really good. Like they hold up. And then like her fandom got it superseded her. Like it got so big, she was like, I gotta stay on top of this.
Yeah.
And then she just started retroactively adding ridiculous shit.
Well, and then just the whole the claims that she posted online as well.
Dumbledore and Grindelwald were young lovers. Never.
Hermione was actually a black man. And it's like, what are you talking about? What the fuck? Are you insane?
And doing like even with the names of like the minority characters, like there's one black character. I can't remember his first name, but his last name is Shacklebolt.
No way, dude. I saw.
There's not. There can't be. No way.
I saw a tweet where someone was like, J.K. Rowling trying not to name the Japanese character Hiroshima.
The Chinese character, his name was Cho Chang.
Duh.
Oh shit! It is.
Yeah.
What was the shorty name? What was Shorty's name? The one who dated it was the Asian girl, the one who dated the Hufflepuff that died. What was her name?
Man, I didn't read.
Her name was like Chen.
Oh.
Or Chen Ching or some.
I will say, like,
like
I'm not gonna sit here and make this a defense of J.K. Rowling, because no way. But I also think that was kind of a product of its time too. I feel like a lot of stuff from that time.
I don't think I should judge it with my present eyes.
Yeah,
late 90s.
Like some of the shit, like shows I'll go back and watch. I'm like, I forgot that this was okay back then, because I know damn well. I'm not even gonna lie, I laughed at it as a kid, right? But I know like Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Going back and watching that is wild.
You know,
they don't care what you are. They straight up first episode just hard R.
Yeah,
and then there's like they make fun of trans people. They have a whole episode about abortion. Like they held nothing back.
Wait, what is this show?
Have you ever seen Always Sunny?
Is this like
that's what has it's
a movie?
It's a show. It's Danny DeVito's in it, and he's Frank Reynolds.
Would you classify it as a sitcom?
Kinda. Whatever you call it, it's hilarious. I even now I still love that show. Don't get me wrong.
You're not like, as far as I can tell with Always Sunny, you're not supposed to like the characters.
No. I think that's the part that makes Always Sunny good, is you hate the characters.
Yeah.
So then when you see them get like fucked up, you're just like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like almost like Dwight from Office sometimes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Situational.
Except these guys are like bad, like they're terrible people. Like when
literal racists.
When
what the fuck?
When D and what's D's brother's name? I should know this because he's like probably my favorite. I don't know. No, Frank Reynolds is. But basically,
you switched up so quickly.
Well, the characters are good. Like they're well written to where I think they're like funny, but they're bad, and that's why you like the show. If that makes sense. Watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You'll know what I mean.
I think I'll check it out. It sounds interesting.
Because, like, okay, Charlie, he's the one who says the N-word in the first episode, but he's like just stupid. So essentially what happens is the episode is about this black guy comes in with D, and he's like, yeah, you know, every time I go to a bar, I got niggas hanging from the rafters, right? Everyone's like, you know, like I fill the place up. And so he's talking to, because they own the bar that they're at, and they're like, guys, we gotta have dude working. We gotta hire him. Didn't you hear him? He said he had hanging from the rafters. And then the waitress that Charlie has a crush on walks out and is like, dude,
That's wild.
that's what I'm saying. When I heard that,
That's mental.
bro,
Yo.
you've gotta watch it because it's like it'll blow your mind sometimes. I'm like, I forgot that was in there.
What's your favorite like sitcom? Like, yeah. What's your favorite?
If you count Always Sunny as one, then I'd say that because it's
Okay.
just so ridiculous.
What about you, Lynn?
I would say, because I haven't really watched that many sitcoms. I would like an older one would probably be That 70s Show.
Oh,
That one's just
that's
really
have
good.
you, have you seen that 90s show? Is it good?
I haven't seen it. I hear mixed things about it though.
Oh, well, that's how
it's
it
a
always,
Netflix.
that's
It's
how
a
it
it's a
always
Netflix
is.
show.
Honestly, I
But
haven't been
they-
talking about Netflix lately. I'm not lying.
No, Netflix is not worth checking out at
Yeah.
this point.
But they brought the original cast back, at least for the most part.
Yeah, I heard that too.
That's cool.
But they're grown up and
Well, yeah,
with
makes
their
sense.
kids.
It's
They're
crazy.
just doing Girl Meets World.
Yeah. Especially exactly like that.
Oh, I
Netflix.
didn't even know that part of it. That's cool. That they have like the kids and everything.
Yeah.
Aren't the fucking parents still alive?
The old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my foot up on your ass.
I saw a
Yes.
picture of them and I was like,
They look exactly the same.
I was
dog.
like,
Yeah.
at first I was like, is this one of those fucking AI
They're
things?
immortal,
I was like,
dog.
What? That is crazy.
Well, I think he was only like
Dumbass.
50 during that 70s show.
wait, how old is he now? He has to be like
Probably
70,
Yeah,
dog.
probably like 70, 80.
I'm glad they're kicking. I'm glad they're still kicking because they were great.
They just looked really old.
That's true.
Bro, that show is funny. That show is
That
funny.
shit was good. That was really good.
My favorite will 100% have to be Community.
Oh, I did watch that.
Community
Is okay. I always get
with
get them
Donald
mixed up.
Glover.
Donald
Yes,
Glover,
there we
yeah.
go.
That
I-
shit fucking killed me.
I did watch Parks and Rec as well.
I started that.
I Chris Pratt's character, I don't remember his name in the show.
I love Chris Pratt.
Like his character was supposed to be a one-off.
Oh yeah, and then people liked him.
Yeah.
So that he
Another
became a mainstay.
example of the writing evolving. I love
Mhm.
like people were just like, I like this character so much. Instead of like being like, well, it's too bad we're getting rid of him. They actually kept him. Like, that's
Yeah.
amazing. I love that shit.
I feel like if you grow with your audience, you know, I feel like if you just sometimes just listen to them, you know.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, because I feel like as I get older, so I've had like scripts for things, whether it be like a game I want to make or a story
Right.
I just want to write, that I've had since middle school, and they're not the same when I first wrote them because I've changed. So like, change. It's
Your-
okay to change.
Sometimes your art is a representation of you.
Yeah.
So when
like,
you evolve,
if
it
you're
does as well.
worried that it won't do well because it's changing, it's okay. Because someone who is going to appreciate it, you just won't find it right away.
Right.
Perhaps. Because that's probably how systems is going to be. Surely.
and
Like,
we appreciate it.
Yeah.
We enjoy what we're doing. Obviously, we want it to succeed, of
Yeah.
course, but it's mainly about us enjoying our company. You know, we talk about things, whatever it may be, but I like these guys, so I like to hang out with them. We're just recording it. We're just
Yeah.
hanging.
Like that just reminds me of like there's a webtoon Stalker X Stalker.
I remember that.
Yeah. Where
Stalker.
yeah, it's about these two yanderes basically liking each other to where they would do anything, like they would just stalk each other.
I think I remember seeing like a panel of that where it was like both of them were getting hit on by someone else, and they were just
Mhm.
like, "We know what to do."
Yeah. They killed them.
This sounds interesting. What is this?
It's
Stalker
a
X
webtoon.
Stalker. I'll
Yeah.
check it out.
It's by Mary Weathery, who
Oh, it's
did
by them.
yeah,
I didn't even realize that.
who did like Internet Explorer.
All the
Oh,
Chans.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Weren't they the one who made Earth-chan, or was that somebody else?
I think
No,
they
didn't. I don't think
I
they
think
made
they made
Earthshine.
them.
I think that's just like an internet thing, and then
Fair
they
enough.
like made a like series out of it because they made a
Yeah.
series
Yeah.
out of Internet Chan. Like,
Yeah,
it's
there
still
was-
going.
There was Internet-chan. There was all the different planets. Someone like made like Black Hole-chan when they had the picture of it and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, this stuff's kind of enjoyable. Personally, I don't actually read webtoons, but I've like seen a couple of them and they're pretty cool.
I feel like webtoons are. I feel like there are some really good webtoons out there.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like webtoons are. It came out of nowhere. Because at first all I knew was manga, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then manhwa came out of nowhere, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But webtoons took the floor like
Well,
crazily.
A lot of webtoons now are just manhwas.
Fucking we were gonna make a webtoon.
What?
Yeah,
We had
and
this-
Jontez were going to.
Yeah, we had the account made, the concept, and like most of the story written.
It really pretty much broke down once we had to decide who did the art.
Yeah, we had no one to do art, other than me, and I suck at art.
Yeah, and I was kind of illustrating at the time, but I was not gonna do a whole comic.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool. It was essentially, someone could steal the idea. I don't care. I think Jontez is still working on it as his own story. But it was pretty much just
Well, not right now, at least.
yeah. It was just something that like it might be something that we revive one day. But it was basically it was part of it was based off of something I was writing,
Right.
where it's these human like not anthropomorphic, but like think like cat girls kind of anthropomorphic,
Okay.
right? It was these people, all these different animal species people that lived on another planet that's just like Earth, except instead of the plants living off of chlorophyll, they live off of another thing that I can't remember what it's called, but basically it just makes plants purple instead of green.
Okay.
And it just had to do with like general, I guess, societal problems. It was supposed to be like a slice of life thing in this case, general problems, and it was it ended up leading like there was like race wars and shit, like because it was like all these different types of humans. And I think I can't remember the exact like what we did with it, but then we named it Violet Nature because it's supposed to be like violent nature, but it's purple.
Oh, no
Yeah.
way.
It was gonna be this whole thing, like that thing with the plants though. I'm still using on something else. I made that for a game I was making before I did the comic.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, we could ask like Ame or somebody to work on
Yeah.
it if we really wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
That'd
I
be
mean,
pretty cool.
Like I had my own like webtoons or like webcomics that I had like gotten concepts for, or like that I was planning on like doing story for.
Oh.
But I just never like flushed it out, and I just forgot about them.
Oh, damn.
See, man, I feel like systems has got to work because there's so much stuff I want to be able to make.
Right? It has.
Like imagine having a comics division where we could just like,
Yes.
oh,
I want this to happen.
I really
Let's
want
get
it to happen.
Yes. Because it's the last episode, I do want to bring up the topic of the systems like group and future itself. We've talked and we have big, I want to say big plans on just the future of what this will be.
Our aspirations reach pretty far.
Different goals and I feel like we are all using this as a kickoff spot for other ventures, which doesn't mean this will not
We
receive the
won't-
attention it deserves.
Yeah, we won't neglect this. This is without this we
won't have
yeah,
anything.
So
Just that this is not only it in our minds. We do have like other like plans and things we want to do. But your most like, what do you want to do the most? Like when we start getting shit up and running, what are you like, man, we have to have this. We have to do this.
I really want to like obviously I want to get back to my channel and making these like kind of little short films and so on and so forth. But more than anything, what I want to achieve is I want to be able to make the game that I've been working on since I've been like in middle school. Like I want that to have like because even if I'm not developing myself, I will hire people. I will hire a team to make that become a reality. I would love to have, like we were talking about it in the car, like subsets, divisions of systems that could be used to create multiple things, whether it be comics like we talked about earlier, games, little films, and like because we're probably gonna do skits and shit on here too.
Of course.
So so on and so forth. Like there's so many things that we could do. I mean, hell, like with the people that we know that work on music, we could onboard them for music more, right? So like I feel like there's so much we can do. Because not just Jasper, but I was gonna talk to you about our friend Brandon, aka he has like 3 names. So there's Young Deku, Susamaru Baby, and Daki the Deity. Which Daki the Deity, I like that one.
Ooh, that's kind of nasty.
And I was like thinking about reaching out to him to have him on the podcast one day and maybe help us with stuff, or even just use some of the music he's already made. But like there's really honestly I'd love to butt out into any media that we feel passionate about to make some amazing shit with it.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be great.
Leon. What is your goals, my friend? What is your aspirations?
See, now that's a crazy thought for myself because I don't have none of it. Without.
Sorry, I should get that. Damn, it keeps.
I mean,
Well, I have things.
Mhm.
I have thoughts.
Yeah.
Like there was one that I like thought of like how long ago would it have been? Like over a year ago. The I guess now it would
Cord
be
on the wall.
yeah, like it would be almost like similar to like I want to call it like a backrooms like style, but
It's
Wait,
just
what?
that's just the easiest thing to compare it to
Yeah.
in the modern climate. But it was gonna be kind of like my little thing that I was making, where it was just gonna be like this kind of mysterious, like
ARG type thing.
yeah.
similar, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Do you want to go into details of what it was gonna be?
Yo.
Probably
You can
not
save it
now.
if you want. Yeah,
Yeah, I would probably just do that like between us, like talk about it more.
Oh, absolutely.
And then I just have like stories like my D&D campaign that I would love to do, but no, it's not like time thing. It's just that I had to. I just think about it too much.
Oh.
I will say another.
Really,
We also need to do D&D on the channel.
Yes.
It gives us an excuse to do it.
I have
Yeah.
an amazing. So there's so many things. There's so many things. So, hi, my name is Crow. I was the co-creator, technically vice president, but come on, president of the D&D club in my high school. We created that bitch because there wasn't one before. We made the club because
I didn't even know you made it.
Yeah.
That makes sense, but I had no clue.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I was also the president of Vanguard Fighting Club, but it was basically just card. It was Yu-Gi-Oh, Vanguard, Magic the Gathering.
Well, before you go into further, I would like to play Magic with you. I've only started playing Arena.
Okay,
But other than
Bro.
that,
He's got a
Bro.
Yeah.
oh,
bro.
how many decks you have?
I got werewolf, vampire. I got a lot of them. Bro, we can play some Magic. Leon. Yes, and I was also just a part. I was in 3 clubs. I started. 4 clubs. Me and my friends started D&D club and card fighting club or Vanguard club, and then I was also in anime club and just gaming club before it got shut down because the teacher left. Unfortunately, he was so cool. What was my original point? Oh, I'm so excited for D&D.
Yeah,
because there's this new group out there that are making like boards that you put on your TV and it just like plays and then you set the TV down like on a table and like so like when something happens it happens like in video and shit. It's
cool.
okay.
I have to show you a video or something. It's mind-boggling. It's so fucking cool. Leon has a 3D printer. Leon, if
I would like to get a new one.
I would go halvesies on. Damn, I would go halvesies on you. I'm kind of strapped for cash right now. Damn. When I get a job, I will go halvesies on you to get one of the best ones we can get. It doesn't even matter. I will match your price, Leon.
Well, no, I was thinking of getting a resin printer.
Okay.
And if you want, you can keep it at your house because you're the one that's going to be mostly 3D printing.
How much? Leon? We can get whatever you want.
No, bro. It depends on the price range you want to go.
Leon, I will match you. I will. Leon.
No, because it goes from like less than $100 to over $1,000.
Damn. Okay. Well, I just spent $600 on a pair of roller skates. I'm down for it. Okay, this is my passion. I love D&D. D&D is like one of the funnest games out there.
It's kind of funny because everyone, growing up, everyone was like, "That's the nerd game," but
it's so fun
because D&D can be whatever you want it to
Yeah.
be, literally
It's so
anything.
fun.
Like we did. So our first one, the only one we finished. Sad. The first one was like a Halloween theme one. Where I was like this fucking ghost person. Leon was like a headless horseman, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dylan.
he
John
was
Tez was like
Dullahan.
an orc. What was John Tez?
I don't even remember.
He was like a goblin, and he like made a deal with you that you had to be a servant.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember
Like
that.
it was so cool. And then Mandrella was the orc, and he fucked everyone in a
Oh
tavern.
my god!
Because
He had so much riz, he fucked everyone in the
Mandrella,
bar.
he went upstairs, bro. Mandrella just had rooms up there. Everyone in the bar just started heading up. It was crazy. Man, that was a fun campaign.
That was so good.
That was a fun
and, like,
campaign.
Because the shit you could do. Like, so my character was based off of this OC I've been cultivating for fucking ever. So it had like these
has to
multiple
talk about
powers.
every single time.
Didn't you have like ghost powers or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was able to like create shit out of darkness and like dive into shadows and
Yes.
shit. I remember like man, some of the shit you could do. Because you could be anything. I actually had an idea recently for a character who just has like negative luck, and how you play is you try to hit your teammates and it fails, so you hit the enemy type shit.
Oh.
Well, man's is min-maxing.
Yeah.
The other way.
My man has negative 100.
Like-
This just reminds me of I think in Fairly Odd Parents, whenever Timmy would try to score a goal in like soccer, it would hit the what's it called?
The like goalpost.
Like the rim of the
Yeah.
yeah.
And it would go into the other goal.
But D&D is so fun. D&D is so fun, especially when you have like people that get into it. Because it's obviously sometimes it's hard to sell it, right? Like, hey, we're gonna play this board game and it lasts like 3 hours each session.
Yeah.
It takes.
That's the thing. You have to get into it to enjoy it as well. Because if you're not invested in your character and like what's going on, then yeah, you don't have any reason to play. If you're impatient, you have no reason to play. But it's so fun to be like, I'm this cool hero. You could be anything. You could be a bad guy. You could be a good guy. You can whatever you want it to be, and you just got to get into it.
And one of the best things is like the creativity, right? Because sometimes you play a video game, right, and you do something that you should be able to do, but just the game constraints.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do it. Like okay, I'm Kratos, right? But I have to go all around the fucking forest, even though I should just be able to jump across the pond, right? Right? Because there's this one point we were playing the Halloween campaign, and they were facing some type of skeleton boss I made, and I remember fucking this guy, Phantom. He used like he had like ghost ectoplasm powers as well or something, right? And we were on a field with a what's that thing?
Big windmill.
Yeah, a windmill. So
Yeah.
my dude, he like made something that pushed the windmill and then like made arrows and traps and shit.
Just
that
threw
Yeah.
projectiles that launched with the air into the skeletons. Like that shit was so fun. I remember I did something really cool to beat. I think I like made a fucking cannon to shoot the zombie boss or something. Like, oh, it was
Wait.
so cool.
The boss or the boss boss?
The boss, the zombie boss. You're right. And
That's a callback.
That's another thing that's great about D&D is like the stories when they're done are so like looking back on them, like they could be their own stories. Like I wish I know we streamed the first session of that. I wish I had streamed all of it because I would go back
Yeah.
and watch it just for the story because
It was
so
really
cool.
good. It was really fun. It was really fun. That was the first because I tried to get them into it in high school
And it
we
did not go well.
flopped. It flopped hard.
Example of not being able to get into it won't make it fun for you is in the first one, John Tez just got really unlucky and everything he did failed, and I think that made him not want to play anymore because he would be like. It was like he like got on my back because I was a donkey, and we started running, and he stabbed the spear in the ground and flew off. And then he tried to kill an enemy, and he like stabs Leon in the back.
No. I think he had like a bow or something, or I did. I know I had a bow, but I was on his shoulder. I was like a little
Yeah.
like fairy or
Shit.
pixie, and I just got killed.
Oh,
I literally died first session.
oh fuck.
But no, like D&D is so fun, and because even the stuff that we haven't gotten to finish, the ideas were just awesome. We had a Mafia one.
Oh, I
There's
really
an Avatar:
wanted
The
to
Last
finish-
Airbender one.
And I still want to finish the Avatar. Right
I
now.
do too.
I meant to bring over the core book because I
That
got
would be
in.
amazing. That would be amazing. Because sometimes we homebrew, but I feel like to get the best experience of the Avatar one, we may have to like go a little more direct with it,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
and having it.
Yeah.
would make that easier. All right, how did we get on D&D anyway?
That is a great question.
Prosperity's for me.
I do not have the answer. Fucking to go back a little bit, we were
Yeah.
talking about like Leon's idea for this like lore thing we were gonna make. one thing that I want to do as I get back into my like filmmaking is is I want to incorporate, I guess, like, okay, so I have this lore that I'm working on, and then Leon had brought up this idea, and he was like, I don't know if it's something that I want to do myself. And he was like, if you want, you can use these concepts. And I was like, it would be cool to just like have a multiverse, quote unquote, of shit within my own lore. Because I know a guy at work too who's working on his own little stuff. And I'm like, we should work together sometime. And I would love to have like all these different ideas cultivate. Because part of like my own lore I've made for everything is that everything connects. Kind of like how you have all your there's a reference in all your D&D things. So in all of everything, whether it be just like a little short story or like a whole game or something, there's one tie, like there's something tying them all to one thing, and it's that each universe has like one person who's the embodiment of light and one person who's the embodiment of dark, right. And they don't always have to be like some fucking glowing nigga, right? It's just it's more of an idea,
one above all,
right? Yeah, exactly. But it's more of like an idea, and so I was like, it'd be kind of cool to have this kind of multiversal tie, like this cinematic universe between all these different things where they're all like kind of different series but also the same thing, because I still want to make Five Nights at Leon's. All right, I don't know if Murdoch will ever see it, but
man, well, speaking of, at this point, you bastard, a while ago, Leon, he's always like, oh, Leon, I'm trying to make Five Nights at Leon's, but Leon's always busy. This motherfucker hit me up, he's like, okay, bro, we got to do two things. All right, one, let's set up editing, right? So so I can see how you edit, blah blah blah. Because I wanted to help him out on this shit. And two, let's make a video together. And I'm like, bro, you know I'm always down anytime. Anytime. I said that to him.
Yeah.
My man, I brought it up like 30 times, bro.
Wait, what video?
We were just supposed to record something, bro.
Yeah,
like a skit or something.
Oh,
I guess you did not that long ago with the FNAF one.
Well, that wasn't really a skit.
Well, okay, so the problem with that was when in relation to that, I was like, oh, it's going to be something that we can all do. Because I wanted to do the Sigma Mail thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I
have to do that.
I wanted a bigger cast for that. But there is, and I completely forgot about this, there was a skit about applesauce that I wanted to do with you. And I don't think we will still do it, but man, it's some schizophrenic shit. I'm like, I
vaguely remember something like
I have
that.
like puzzle pieces in my mind that are like scattered all over the place. It was something like I'd be at your house.
Okay.
Because you had the perfect lighting for it with that big ass glass window. We'd be at your counter, and it would just be like, I'm like in your fridge. And you're like, hey man, can you give me some applesauce? And I'm like, yeah, dude. So I grabbed some applesauce and like a big ass spoon, and I just started scooping it into a bowl. And then I think it was like I walk up to you with like the jar that's almost empty, and I'm like, yeah man, here you go. You're like, thanks, dude. And then you start eating it. like the little. I can't even remember. What was the punchline? I actually don't remember. It's been so long. It had something to do with like a newspaper.
Yeah, bro. Wait. I remember you bringing this up to me.
I think it was like, bro, this is like actually freaking me out. What was it?
I was reading the newspaper.
Well, let's just make that anyways. That schizophrenic ass skit. I feel like that'd be great.
It would be funny if it just like keeps on like cutting between you guys, and it's just like you're all in different poses half the time.
Yeah, it's like that one video where it's like it's just different. It's different. There's something different in it, and it just it'd be like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we should do that.
Anyways, I'm always down. Honestly, this fucking guy.
Okay,
Phantom's really creative. He really is. He's really creative.
I feel like it also helps though now that we have because back then I feel like we had a weird time with scheduling in person stuff because we at that point we hadn't hung out in person very much, and then we started doing the amphitheater stuff, and then we started doing yada yada so on and so forth. Now
man, that was before we started hanging out, yeah, wasn't it?
Exactly. So now we're at the point where it's easier for us.
Whoa, even thinking about the amphitheater, that's over a year ago now.
Yeah.
What?
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it was before I started work.
Because it was when it was still cold. It was before that summer, and then when summer hit, we for some reason stopped when it actually got warm. And then
what the fuck was that about?
It was because they closed the beach because some like fucking idiot like lit a porta potty on fire or something.
Oh yeah,
and then I think someone got shot.
Yeah.
But now.